Hello there, welcome to Heart Explained Therapy, and I want to tell you a little example on why we are addicted to everything and why we're actually addicts and we don't know that we're addicts. Now, at the moment we see addicts as alcoholics or drug takers, something that does something seriously bad. And let's say the strongest man in the world. The strongest man in the world has no problems. He has his mental health sorted. In fact, no. He has expanded his muscles to a strange proportion amount. He works out every day and he does this to fill a void from childhood. It's that simple. So you see that we can do addictive behaviour which looks positive, and we go to the gym every day and we work out and want to look really skinny, and it can actually be a cover-up for an actual serious mental health condition. And deep knowledge is that everything that you do is actually a mental health condition if you're not aware for the reasons why you're doing what you're doing. If it's to cover up some sort of feeling and emotion. Now, why this is important is how can you, and remember you're an addict to everything. A shopper is an addict. Why do you get so many parcels delivered every week? Why do you have to go shopping? It's to cover up boredom, to ease, to make you feel good. You get serotonin when you get the parcel and you've got that pretty item. It's all addiction, it's all addictive behaviour. And the point of it is, why doesn't heroin users get addicted to smoothies? Why don't alcoholics get addicted to water? Now you can see how if they flip this, it would be actually really good for them. Well, you see, they're used to something bad that causes a chemical reaction in the brain that causes them to go into this cycle where they have to have it again. Now, they've never had smoothies for a long amount of time, or they've never gone to the gym and they've burnt adrenaline and they've got these cortisone running through their veins that make them feel good. So they don't know that they can get the same simulation, the same stimuli triggers in the brain by something beneficial and positive, as long as you do it in moderation. Now, how can you change this view and this opinion if you're very addictive to bad stuff, to bad drugs, to bad habits in your life, to habits that on the surface seem completely natural and normal and make you feel comfortable, but they are definitely causing a drug chemical to happen that causes different effects, and this is important to understand. I like to use this analogy. You are not actually addicted to the substance. It's not about you letting the substance go. The substance has got you. Now let's just have a think about that perspective. And this is very, again, trying to snap the loop in your mind which sees only one reality, one perspective. An alcoholic cannot leave alcohol because alcohol has the person. The alcohol owns the person. He is never loosening that grip unless he manages to first of all make a huge malfunction in his mind, because at the moment he's doing the behaviour that his mind and body thinks makes him comfortable. So he's stuck and she's stuck in this same loop pattern. So he's got to first malfunction the brain, which is already malfunctioned. It's the process that's happening, but it's been there for that long. The addictive behaviour has been there that long that you crave the serotonin, you crave the mind numbing that occurs. So you have to malfunction your brain first of all to stop this, and then you have to get addicted to someone else. Now, I never thought about this in a type of therapeutical way, but it's absolutely genius. Why not use all your tools that make you an addict to addict to helping people, to loving people, to kindness, to water, to smoothies, to moderation exercise and healthy eating, to creative stuff in your life, to walks in the park with your children. Why don't you get addicted to that? Because I'll tell you what will happen once you've overrun the stimuli that's currently taking place. You will be hit not only with the same function that brings you that beautiful feeling that the mind numbing actually does now. Not only will you be met with this because you're finally doing a discipline for yourself that is positive, and all these different things are snowballing in your life that make you feel even better. You're coming alive, you're drinking, eating what you should, you are sober, you're away from the drugs, you're away from the addictive behaviour, you've stopped shopping for a few weeks, you've stopped going to the gym, it's okay to just look toned, you don't have to be, arms like tree trunks. And once you do this, not only do you have the trigger of feeling good because of this discipline you're in, you have an extra part of a feeling, something much higher than the heroin, much higher than the alcoholic numbness. You get high now on life. In fact, every experience in life will start to feel like you're actually taking a psychedelic drug. That's how good this feeling is, because you're the master of your life and your destiny now. You're actually becoming almost like a superhuman, because you'll get more intellectual with this, you'll get the life that you want, you'll get the relationships you want, you'll fix all the old relationships that were broken, and you'll see they were broken because you were stuck in this dark, miserable place, and it was just your brain, just your frontal cortex trying to say, feed me with the stuff that you always feed me with, because I've had that for 20, 30 years now and I love it. Just keep giving it to me. And you can actually feel it in your head, just like you can feel heartache pain. You can feel that your head is the one that controls fatigue. It controls energy. It is the thing that has to be stimulated. And you can do this with enjoyable habits. You can enjoy all the things that you can't even do now, you won't even think is plausible now in this stuck rate. And it's being addicted and using all the tools that you're so great at getting addicted to alcohol, cigarettes and all these bad things in life. And like I say, too much gym, too much of a healthy diet. Some people will suddenly wake up and they'll start jogging around lakes, and 2 minutes later, 2 weeks later, they're having a heart attack, because you've got moderation is the key to life. And a 101-year-old man who still had his marbles and still had his fitness learnt me that lesson. If you have everything in moderation, you can't go wrong. Now look, if you drink water, and I drink water all day long, non-stop, I will drown. That was actually bad for me. So you've got to learn the knowledge that what is moderation, what is good for you. Be your own doctor in that sense and see what you enjoy. What do you like? Now you don't have to go for walks and jogs, and you don't have to have this vegan diet, but you can come a bit closer to something that you enjoy and that makes sense. And it doesn't do away with treats. It doesn't make you feel guilty because you can't live life. Oh, you mean I can't go shopping online? You don't buy anything for 3 weeks and then go shopping online. That feeling and experience is going to be 100 times better for you, because you've not had the serotonin hit for 3 weeks. It just makes absolute sense. So get addicted to better things and get addicted to them in moderation. And also remember, if you are an addict of any particular thing, that something might have not come up, it could have been another thing that you're strangely addicted to. There's loads of sort of horrible vices and even average vices that are technically bad for you. And if that's the case, remember, you are not hooked on that. It has you by the throat. Now I think that is also good to look at a different perspective, because it's like, do I really want to be sort of held to ransom by a Do I want to really miss out on this psychedelic high because of a tinny and a box of cigarettes when this oxygen feels so much better? And it does, it really does. And you've just got to try it to see that it's there.